Today, I want to talk about Fulvex, the ultimate nutrient enhancer and cellular infusion technology. This is a third and final webinar in this series, and after you've watched all three, I'm looking forward to having a short phone conversation with you by March 15th, and then I'll send you the Coleman can cooler. So I haven't bugged you guys much about selling Fulvex in the past, because I know it's hard enough to get your farmer customers to try and use Lot 125, at least initially. But after seeing what's happening with just a quart per acre, 1 quart per acre, early in the season, I wanted to present this to you and show you what $5 an acre, $5 an acre for a quart of Fulvex gets you. Fulvic acid is extracted from organic humates, and the extraction process we use to make Fulvex is far superior to other fulvic acids on the market. It's called a nanomolecule that makes it at least 10 times smaller molecule than the average fulvic acid on the market. The smaller, the better. This makes for significantly higher activity than the others. The CEC of fulvic acids are often around 700s. Fulvex is 1100 plus. Fulvex has a cation exchange capacity of over 1,100. We all know the importance of CEC, and since our Fulvex molecule is so small, it passes into the plant roots and leaves much easier, and it literally shoves the nutrients that it's carrying into the plant. In addition to carbon, of course, these are some of the nutrients that are part of the Fulvex composition, and there are more than 65 trace minerals in it as well. Our manufacturer, BioFlora, uses humic substances from various veins in the US in order to get this robust composition. BioFlora has been working in agriculture for over 40 years in developing and making these biostimulants. We don't often make a big deal out of the fact that these are certified organic approved products, because that often makes traditional farmers think that they can't afford to use them. But did I tell you that you only need a quart to the acre to see a 10 bushel corn yield increase? $5 an acre. This patented cellular infusion technology of Fulvex and the way that it causes 4 times more uptake of nutrients into the plant. That's impressive. So Fulvex carries more nutrients in. It helps the plant cells against environmental stresses like heat or drought or cold. I've already mentioned most of these points, but it's also worth noting that it mixes well with all chemicals and is an excellent surfactant. BioFlora did 5 years of testing in eastern Nebraska, applying Fulvex to corn and soybeans, applied alone and applied with fungicides and herbicides with chemicals. This is a snapshot of what we saw. They applied rates ranging from a quart to the acre all the way up to 5 gallons per acre. And didn't seem, the rate was, it's not rate sensitive. A quart seems to do as well as 5 gallons. The yield increase was from 7 to 14 bushel, and it looks like it has a similar effect anytime, whether it's pre-plant or during the early growth stage, and whether it's applied by itself or with another crop protection product. 1 quart per acre is as good as it gets. They also found that Fulvex boosted the feed value. I said earlier that I haven't tried that hard to get you guys interested in using Fulvex. So until recently, my experience with it was in getting water to penetrate better. And in the San Luis Valley on alfalfa fields, they were having to run the pivots faster to keep the water from standing in the wheel tracks in low spots. We just put a quart of Fulvex on and the problem was eliminated. It was amazing. We've also used Fulvex as a key ingredient to boost the protein in dryland wheat. That was a 3-year study in Phillips County. I'd be happy to talk about these experiences with anyone who's interested. We're about to print a new trifold flyer with most of this information about Fulvex on it, and I'll get these to you as soon as possible. So to review and maybe give you some ideas on how to promote Fulvex to your farmer customers, first, it carries a lot of good stuff into the plants. This iron oxide slide might explain why turf growers like Fulvex and Lot 125 so much. Iron oxide really gets things greened up in turf, and of course it's an essential nutrient for any crop. Fulvex solubilizes phosphate, potash, and magnesium, all the nutrients that need to be carried into the plant. And you'll remember from the last webinar how we talked about phosphorus, insoluble phosphorus is a problem, and how Lot 125 and certainly Fulvex helps keep that soluble and thus available to the plants. Fulvex helps to keep nutrients soluble and available. Just said that, but there it is again. Oxygen is very important, especially in tight or heavy soils, and Fulvex has lots of oxygen in it. It's an oxygenator. It reacts with organic and mineral materials, thus the solubilizing of both, again, organic or mineral materials. Fulvex is extremely soluble in itself, anything at pH over 1. It's a stress reducer. Heat, drought, even early cold temperatures. It'll help keep them from showing stress from those things. And this kind of explains a little bit about how Fulvex is a stress reducer. It gets carbohydrates, soluble sugars into the cells, which increases osmotic pressure and keeps them from wilting. Fulvex is a really good seed treatment if anyone does that anymore. I know a few guys treat their wheat seed. They might want to put a little bit of this on there. It doesn't take very much. Number 10, Fulvex contains natural antibiotics that protect the plants against pathogens. So it has streptomycin, terramycin, penicillin, things that are known to reduce populations of pathogens. And it even helps to dissipate toxic pollutants in the soil. So I would love it if each of you thought of someone, one of your growers, that might want to try at least enough to prove that Fulvex does enhance crops, increase production, and help overall profitability. So this concludes my series of 3 sales boosting webinars geared towards helping you to boost your Lot 125 and Fulvex sales this spring and summer. I'm anxious to get your feedback. Finish watching all 3 of these. It takes about 20 minutes to watch all 3 of them in total, and then give me a call by March 15th. And I'm not available tomorrow. What's that, February 25th, whatever Friday is. I'm not available that day, but after that, you can give me a call anytime and let me know what you think. Let me know how I can help you this spring and summer. There's my number. You can call or text that number or get a hold of me on the internet on the BioLynceus.net, and we'll have a quick phone conversation. And of course, these 3 webinars will eventually be put on our website, just BioLynceus.net. Find your way to the agriculture section. There's already a few videos on there, and we'll get these after March 15th. We'll put these on the website as well. Thank you for your time.